I can neither confirm or deny that this is in fact a segment.
Austin trades Andrew Raycroft to Toronto in exchange for the rights to Tuukka Rask.
It's been my honor and a privilege to serve as the general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs Hockey Club.
It's time for Confirm or Deny.
Do you regret giving all those gentlemen the no trades or no movement clauses?
Well, I can neither confirm or deny that.
I can't confirm or deny.
All right, Confirm or Deny brought to you by Don Valley North Lexus. Right now, get lease rates as low as 3.3%. Multiple security deposits required. Visit DonValleyNorthLexus.com for all the details. All right, Confirm or Deny. Love it. Statements are made. We confirm or deny them. Very simple stuff. Starting with this one. Confirm or deny, the Maple Leafs will have multiple players with 100 points this season.
So it only has to be 2.
Yes.
100% confirm. That's a slam dunk. And if Billy Nye, the wrist shot guy, takes it deep, there could be a 3-pack. But as far as a 2-piece, it's a guaranteed confirm. What do you mean? Like,
All right.
I'm denying,
I like your take. Interesting take.
All of a sudden, a guy who had 87 points in a career year is going to have another 13 on top of that?
I'm just saying that Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews, I've just got as 100-point guys. I don't know. Call me crazy. Maybe crazy.
Listen, Mitch Marner's getting 100 points at some point in his career. Last year he had 99. The year before he had 97, I believe, in 72 games. He had 94 in 18-19. I'm looking it up. It's happening. Mitch Marner's going to get 100 points if he's healthy, and he's been a very healthy player throughout his career. I think it's happening. I think Matthews has a big bounce-back year. Statistically, I think he puts up a monster statistical season. Contract's done. It's over with. He's locked in. I'm confirming this as well. I think Matthews and Marner are hitting 100 points. 100 points, both of them. Yes.
Yeah,
and I don't think
it's
far-fetched with Nylander, but the has got to be top 3 in the league, and he's got to be on PP1. That's the only
that power play
chance
has got to get cooking. There was times in the playoffs, I think Nylander was on the second unit. And I don't know. There's all these great ideas on how the power play should work. It seems pretty simple to me. Nylander's shooting it on his off wing, and Matthews is shooting it on the offside on the other side. Marner's down low making plays in front of the net and down low. And whether it's John Tavares or somebody else, that's your power play. And it's Klingberg or Riley at the point. Mix and match, depending on a different look. Not that hard.
I could see that.
Yeah, there's all these creative brains, and they are creative, and they are smart people. But it's when you have those weapons out there, just simplify it. You have 2 threats there that shoot the puck very well. People are scared of it. Creates opportunities, or it creates opportunities for themselves. Simple power play structure.
I think the other thing, too, though, is there's only one puck. So if Matthews is going to get 55 or whatever type of goals and all that, especially be the shooter on the power play, I think it takes away from everything. Maybe Tavares that hemorrhages points this year. We might see Tavares dip from 80 to 70 type of thing.
Yeah, but he could just sit in front of the net and hack and whack things in and use his skill in front of the net. That's the other option.
They might put Tyler Bertuzzi there. That's how he was there in Boston on the power play, too. I remember a few times down the stretch.
For sure.
They've got some options there, but I'll confirm that as well, because I think the 2 guys they're 100-point guys anyway, so if they're healthy, why wouldn't they do that?
Okay, confirm or deny, at least one of Mark Scheifele or Connor Hellebuck will be traded this season.
100% confirm. Because as I mentioned, why is that funny? What is that as bad as your potential ball drop on 18 to get on the green to putt?
Well, it was legal within the legal ramifications of the sport, but it's all good. Anyway, continue.
As I mentioned, I'm just not letting both of these players walk for free. And it's just first offer, somebody gets not panicky, but someone gets a little bit antsy to add one and offers a package. I'm doing it because I'm just not letting them walk away for free, because then it just makes the mountain to climb that much bigger. It's the only play. I'm
confirming it too. I'd flip both of them if you're out at the deadline. You have to flip both.
Yeah, if somebody's injured in training camp and calls up Chevy and says we got to make a play for a good whatever you got, you do it. That's what.
Now, listen, if there's a bunch of injuries and everything's gone south and both guys have said we want to commit and you think you got a good enough team, then it's possible they keep them. Crazier things have happened in the sports
That
world.
is true. I hope they stay. I like them both. But
Sure.
The truth is they're not.
I don't see both of them wanting to stay there long term. And I don't know what Winnipeg will be this year.
So what was the question? Was it are they
one
both
of
staying?
Scheifele or Hellebuck will be traded?
Confirming it for me too. I just think that there's the goalie, if he doesn't get what he believes is what he's worth on the market, from Chevy, then you move on somewhere else and you trade him at the deadline. So I think there is potential that one of them moves on. Yes.
Okay. Confirm and deny. The Cincinnati Bengals will miss the playoffs.
Ooh.
I'm going to confirm that. There's something wrong. Their quarterback might be out for multiple weeks, and he looks like he's in somehow, after getting $300 zillion, looks like he's in la-la land, and it just doesn't have a good vibe to it. I know they had a tough start last year, too, and they always come roaring back, but I don't know. Tough league, man. I don't see it happening a third time. I'm going to confirm that they missed the playoffs. And I might be made look foolish on this one in week 10 or 11.
I'm denying it. I believe in Burrow, but a little calf strain that could send him sideways. But I think he gets it on the rails. I really do.
Yeah, it's a tough sport. There's turnover every single year. Baltimore looks legit, like a good team that definitely could win 11 games in the division. But I'm going to deny this because it's 2 weeks. You mentioned week 10 or 11. Oh, I might change my mind in a week or two. But 2 weeks is not insurmountable when you have an incredibly talented roster, which they still do. And if Burrow responds...
Okay, but what the hell are they doing the first two? Like, what are they doing out there?
That's been terrible. I mean, they've been chasing games. The Browns game, it really wasn't close. They were in contention in the fourth quarter against Baltimore. But to lose 2 divisional games through 2 weeks, and look, that poor offensively is really terrible. But Joe Burrow, he's got the it factor of a guy that if he snaps out of it, look out. I could see them winning 7-8 in a row. That's how good they are. I think that's how good he is. I'm not punting on them through 2 weeks. Confirm and deny the Dallas Cowboys will make it to at least the NFC Championship game.
Ooh.
As much as I hate the Dallas Cowboys and the 4 people that we work with that I always have something to say that are Cowboy fans, I'm going to confirm this. I just think they avoid the dumb game or the dumb Zach performance. And it's almost like it's that kid on defense's team. Like, that guy is
Parsons is
such a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see him, kill people? Did you see him kill Zach Wilson?
Yeah. He comes around that corner.
Yeah, and he kills them.
You're toast, man. He's I didn't see Lawrence Taylor in his prime, and he's not Taylor. That's how great LT was. That even people that have seen both are just relax. No one's like LT. But if you watch LT highlights, it's insane how quickly this guy gets off the edge. And that's what Parsons is the same thing, and he's got all the tricks of the trade too, right? He gets double teamed all the time. There's nothing you can do. You can double him all game if you want. He's still going to get to the quarterback. He's so good. And I hate to admit it, but I agree with you. I'm going to confirm this.
But you know what I mean? When that defensive superstar emerges where it's kind of maybe it's his team and he's the guy. It's not all about Dak. And
they're so good. Dak just needs to protect the ball, and they can win.
No kidding.
Let me ask you this, though. Are they one of those organizations where it's can't miss until they just miss?
Yes, of course they are. They're the same.
So they love it.
Okay,
they love
but that's
that
what
one.
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Deny it, then,
Starting of our conversation.
Deny it, then.
That's why I'm denying it.
Okay.
Not because of the facts that you guys have presented, because they're all viable. Mm-hmm. It's because somewhere along the line, when it's on the rails, and it looks like they're chugging along, it's just off the rails. I don't know why. Ted, you said this to me, and it stuck with me when you're talking about Detroit and the Jets. You're going, it doesn't matter. The Jets, the Detroit Lions, it's can't miss. They're both great teams, and then all of a sudden something happens, and it's like the Jets I don't know. They can't win a game with that guy at quarterback.
Zach
right
Wilson,
now.
and you're right, Noodles. The Cowboys have the same history.
They've got that same weird aura about them. It's
that's why I'm not saying they're going to win a Super Bowl, but can they get to the conference final? Right? Like I think they can win the division over the. Although they haven't played a really tough game yet. They beat the Giants 40-0 and the Jets with Zach Wilson 30-10. There's going to be tough moments, right? They're going to lose games, but right now they look like a really well-run organization, which is surprising considering Jerry Jones is the guy actually, pulling the trigger on all of that. All right, confirm or deny, TV networks should never show replays of gruesome injuries.
I'll confirm that. There's a lot of things in sports that need to change. Showing replays, don't do it. Fan behavior, I can go through a laundry list, but if we're going to just stick with this one,
fan behavior is crazy, man.
Dude, a New England Patriots fan got killed by a Dolphins fan in a fight.
Which is
killed.
Insanity.
Like, awful.
Yeah. It's just got to be, like, I don't want to get off track here, but it's any behavior that's, you look at somebody different, you're out, and you're never allowed back in. That's the only way they're going to fix it.
Well, this is a different story. Did you read the story about the guy in Buffalo? You read about this guy?
No.
He was drinking excessively. He was on all types of drugs. He was found naked, covered in human excrement. He had fallen down like a porta potty hole. It's insane. And he was tailgating for the Bills, like a Bills fan. Like, you lose to the Jets, and that's what comes of it. Like, come on, let's be sensible here. I get it was a bad loss, but naked, covered.
You lose to the Jets and you throw yourself down a porta potty. Like, how does that?
Basically, that's precisely how. Like, they had to call cops had to show up and get him out of there. Like, what is happening at football games and tailgates?
Yeah.
But I'm confirming this. If you're going to show it probably live. If you see it, you see it. But once you go to the truck and you realize this is really awful and gruesome. And I don't need to see it again.
With everyone on social media finding their own angles and posting it, you're going to see it anyway if you really need to see it.
If you want to find it, you'll find it.
That's right. So just don't bother with the TV networks.
Yeah.
You know what comes to mind with that? Two things that were the Clint Malarchuk, and you remember the Richard Zednick, when they're the skates cutting the throats and like those. Awful. That stuff it makes me queasy. It upsets me.
Yep.
Watching somebody who. Last night even, like, you watch that. Obviously, I saw the replays on Twitter, left and right. It's gruesome.